Hey guys, welcome to Monday on the Real DVD Watchers. Sorry for crappy lighting, it's like 2 in the morning. Today is TV week on the Real DVD, or this week is TV week on the Real DVD Watchers, and I'm going to review Slings and Arrows Season 1. This is a Canadian show, 6 episodes. It's about theatre production, and it's kind of basically there's this Paul Gross character, and he's kind of a washed up actor after he had a breakdown in the middle of performing Hamlet a couple of years ago, and then there's this guy who used to be his friend who sort of commercialized he's kind of commercialized the industry and sort of lost the passion for it, and like in the place where they have the plays, I can't remember what it's called, but he there's like a little gift shop with Shakespeare toys, and he just doesn't have the passion for it anymore. Also in the first season has Rachel McAdams, who obviously went on to be a big movie star, so she left the show. This is kind of like a dramedy. It's sort of like a drama comedy. It's very it's a dark comedy, you could say, but also a drama. It's sort of I just felt like I was going to review Greg the Bunny, but then this kind of just stirred something in me. I just felt like I had to review it. I think it's really interesting because the central character, who is Jeffrey here, Paul Gross, is kind of like a madman essentially. He's sort of part crazy, but it certainly works in the show's favour and in the story's favour, obviously. But it's also kind of interesting because it's such a dark comedy. It sort of almost feels like it's not set in the real world, but it kind of is. Like there's just kind of certain things that happen, and the way people act is almost in this kind of comedy fashion, and it's just not like you would have in a traditional drama, which I think is really, it's kind of not what I expected, but it definitely works tonally for the show. The characters are really brilliant, and even though it's only 6 episodes, they really grow on you a lot over the course, and you get very attached to them, especially the central characters, and I'm kind of sad that Rachel McAdams isn't in the other 2 seasons. Yeah, it's kind of, the whole story is about them trying to get this play on, this Hamlet, and when it gets cast, they have like a movie style playing Hamlet and stuff, and it's just, things aren't really going in their favour. But it's just a really interesting show, and I think what's really good about it is, kind of like a lot of shows, you don't really have to be interested in the theatre. Not like a lot of shows, but like a lot of shows, you don't have to be interested in the subject that it's kind of telling to really be interested in the show. Like Friday Night Lights, you don't have to like football to like the show. It's one of those shows, for me personally, that kind of really moved me in a sense. I'm not in that it was so sad, but more in that it kind of brought out something in me. Those kind of shows where you just really want to watch more, and you kind of there's something in that you just kind of you feel that kind of passion for the characters, and your gut kind of grow in the story, and you just want to engulf more, and you kind of, on one hand you want to see what happens, on the other hand you don't, because then the more episodes you watch, the less episodes there will be left to watch, if you get what I mean, especially with this, when there's only 18 episodes in total over the 3 seasons. And it's really well written, and it's really funny, and it's got this great balance of drama and kind of dark comedy. And there's, I think in the second episode, there's these 2 guys who work at a funeral home or something, which they remind me of something like some sort of cartoon or something, like a kind of some old Disney film. But it's a really great show, and yeah, like I said, superbly written, superbly acted, and like if nothing else, Paul Gross is just really watchable, and it's amazing how the story kind of unfolds over the course of the the one season and the 6 episodes, and you know, because usually I don't think for drama shows 6 episodes is really enough, like we have with British shows and some Canadian shows. But for this, it really works, and it's really enough, you know. And I definitely can't wait to see the other 2 seasons. It's just I, if you haven't seen it, I recommend, you know, it completely, because it's really interesting, and it's really just not something you would think would work as a TV show, but then it's like it's kind of really refreshing as well, because you're like, oh, thank you. You know, it was made like 7 years ago, but like there's so many cop shows and like hospital dramas and procedurals and everything, and the same stuff being churned out. So something about like I don't think I've ever seen a show about theatre production apart from this. I mean, I could be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, there might be some other show. But yes, Slings and Arrows, it's really good. Paul Gross is amazing, and I love his his performance in this show is so good, as like this half genius, half madman, and you can just tell that like once he brings it out in himself, and once it's brought out in him, he's really creatively he'll be really amazing at directing this Hamlet play. And it's just, I love his take on it. And there's a great scene in the first episode where he's doing some speech from something, I can't remember what, like a play or something, and I was just like, oh, this is just going to be great. And he was like talking about this shipwreck, I think, but it was really just done in this way that was so good. But yeah, Slings and Arrows, definitely. Really hope the other 2 seasons are this good, and I mean, I've heard they are, so no worries, but can't wait to watch the rest. It's really good stuff. Definitely, like I said, recommend Slings and Arrows, Canadian show, if you can get your hands on it. Anyways, that's been my review for TV Week. Just kind of last minute. I did record a review for Greg the Bunny, but I just felt like I just really wanted to review Slings and Arrows and just get it out there, And I got some fans in our DVD pattern Carl and stuff. Anyways, that's enough of my ranting. Liam tomorrow. So we go. Peace.